Hey everybody, it's Chris Widener, and I'm in Atlanta, spending some time with your leadership and teamwork coach, Lieutenant Colonel Rob Waldo Waldman. We know him as Waldo. So I want to ask him a question and have him answer it. We did another video on the best leader that he ever served under in the Air Force, and so I want to ask him sort of a follow-up question. No names, please. But tell us about maybe one of the worst leaders you ever had, and what lesson did you learn from maybe some bad leadership?
You know, Chris, even in the military, there's some leaders that you work with that aren't going to be the most respected, the most uh, exemplary. Leaders are going to slip through the
Sure.
cracks, and nobody's going to be perfect. But I remember one leader who demonstrated, in my opinion, was poor leadership. I messed up when I was a young captain. I over-G'd a jet, T-37 twin-engine jet. I was a young instructor pilot. Went out flying on a solo mission by myself, practicing maneuvers. I came back to the traffic pattern early, and I was hot dogging the plane, just seeing if I could hit the G limit, which was totally against the regulations. I was messing up, and sure enough, I over-G'd the jet. I exceeded the structural limitation just by a tiny bit. And when that happens, the jet has to be grounded. They have to do a special inspection. It costs the taxpayers $25,000 of money. It was a big deal. So my commander met me at the jet, reprimanded me, chewed me out, and I deserved it, by the way. I'm not discounting the fact that I didn't deserve that. But basically, I briefed the squadron on what I did, and he embarrassed me in front of everybody, and it kind of created an environment of distrust. And here's why. Instead of basically saying to myself and to the rest of the squadron mates, Captain Waldman, you messed up, you committed a safety violation, you put yourself, the aircraft at risk, this is not the type of fighter pilot or pilot I want in the Air Force. If he also would have said, which he didn't, you also had the courage to do the right thing. You didn't punch off the G meter, you turned yourself in. People did this relatively often. I'd seen guys and gals fly the jet and they over-G'd the jet by a little bit. It's not a big deal, but it was enough to possibly cause an issue. The bottom line is, I think a great leader promotes a culture of collaboration and trust by creating an environment where others will come to them with their problems.
And somebody came to you and said they were going to do something because of this whole thing,
Yeah,
right?
one of my buddies said, you know, if that were me, Waldo, and I over-G'd the jet by as little as you did, I'm going to punch off the G meter, zero it out, and continue the mission because I don't want to go through what you went through. So he created a culture of cowards.
Mm.
And if he just would have acknowledged the fact that I did the right thing, that I turned myself in, it wouldn't have discounted the fact that I hadn't messed up. It would have said to the rest of the squadron, if you mess up, do the right thing, accept the consequences. That's what being a leader is all about.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, everybody, great lesson from Waldo. Take care, everybody.
See ya.